All right, so this is one that I've been waiting for a couple of days now. The rumors have been percolating, but now it's confirmed that Milaysia Fulwiley will be joining LSU next season. 5'10" guard, averaged 11.7 points per game, 2.8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1.5 steals. Still has 2 years of eligibility remaining. Now, a lot of people felt that when she announced she was leaving South Carolina, that she was leaving to be somewhere where she could be the main star. That won't be the case at LSU at all. Obviously, they have Flau'jae Johnson, they have Michaela Williams, they have the #1 incoming freshman class next season, so she will be still sharing the court with a lot of talent. They also have Kaylin Gilbert there, so she might actually be playing a smaller role just with more minutes. We'll see how that shakes out, how that evens out as far as her stats and things like that goes, but it is official. She will be joining LSU. They're looking to be one of the main competitors in the SEC against South Carolina next season, and I can't wait to see it. Last season, it was pretty much South Carolina and Texas all season long. Those were the two teams that you could tell would end up in the Final Four. I mean, I'm pretty sure LSU fans don't agree with that, but for everybody that's not in that fan base, everybody on the outside looking in, we pretty much knew that those were the two teams that were the cream of the crop in that conference. That's not going to be the case next year. I mean, they'll be right there for sure. Both of those teams will be right there at the top, but you look at what LSU has put together, you look at what Ole Miss is trying to put together. I mean, that's a lot of new pieces to come together in one season. You look at Tennessee and what they're building. They're going to build on that momentum from last season, have some great pieces coming in next year. The SEC is back in full effect. Not that it ever really left, but now it's in full effect for next season, where it's really going to be a Royal Rumble. Teams are going to get beat up in that conference schedule. I do have some other transfers that I've been holding on to. Lonnie White, she transferred from Virginia Tech back to Utah, where she spent her first 2 seasons. 6-foot guard, averaged 9.6 points per game, 3.3 rebounds per game, 1.4 assists. This one's a little bit risky because her first 2 seasons at Utah, didn't really do much. Here you see the numbers right here, but she had her best season ever at Virginia Tech. Now she's headed back to Utah. We'll see how that turns out. Kyra Daniels transfers from Missouri State to Wisconsin. 6-foot sophomore guard, averaged 12 points per game, 5.1 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and 1.1 steals. For a team that lost its head coach and its best 3 or 4 players in Wisconsin, they might actually have a more well-rounded roster next season than what they did this year. Erin Prior, transferred out of Sacred Heart, will be joining Texas A&M next season. The 5'3" guard averaged 19.6 points per game, 4.1 steals per game, 6.1 rebounds, and 3.9 assists. She was a player who, when she entered the transfer portal, I was really excited about seeing where she ended up. I will be doing a recap of some of the teams that had the biggest years in the transfer portal once it's all over with. Diana Mendes transfers out of Washington State. She'll be going to USC next season. 6'2" forward who averaged 8.3 points per game, 5.3 rebounds, 1.3 assists in just 18.5 minutes. Now, she was one of the most impressive looking freshmen in the country for those that paid attention to Washington State last season. Really impressive freshman there with a lot of poise. She plays with a lot of poise. Jamaiah Harris, she transferred out of Texas State. She's committed to Auburn for next year. 5'11" sophomore guard who averaged 10.2 points per game, 3.6 rebounds, and 1.3 assists. That's another good player that's going to the SEC next season. And then we have Immani Lester, who transferred out of Kansas State. She's committed to Rutgers. 6'4" sophomore forward who averaged 2.4 points per game, 2.7 rebounds, and only 10.8 minutes on the court. Let me know your thoughts on Milaysia and the rest of the transfers in the comments below. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Still waiting to hear Sarah Williams and her announcement. Maybe that'll come soon. But until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.